Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about transit North Node conjunct one's natal Mercury. And when you're talking about transits that involve the North Node in astrology, can often manifest in issues one may have to confront or address. It could be about matters one may have to deal with, whether they really wanted to or not. And this is something like in this case, when you're talking about Mercury, this could be about something with the rational mind or thinking or communications. I mean, say if this is in Pisces, this transit it could be about ones that might be somewhat ambiguous or ones that might be misconstrued. And this also can be, I mean, Mercury can also be, I mean, it's all forms of communication, I mean, letters, emails. It can be about matters you may have to deal with as far as siblings, cousins, or neighbors go, even, and also local transportation. If you're say if this is in Virgo, it might be something where you're servicing people or running errands for others. Maybe you're running yourself, doing too much as far as these errands go for other people, taking people to the store. And it might be a period where you may feel like it's time to confront people regarding these matters, or if you're not getting paid for what you're doing, or you're not getting compensated when you really wanted to. It can be matters also with the hands and the arms as well, because keep in mind Mercury is associated with that, and even mobility issues as well. These could be matters that may need to be addressed, and it's also too. Mercury is also associated with eyesight. I mean, if this is like say in Gemini, it could be like double vision, or Pisces can be vision that's somewhat blurry or obscured. Uh, this also, looking at this as well, when you're talking about the North Node in transit, the North Node is connected with the future, destiny, and things that can be, I would say, even preordained. This is a very, I mean, these are things that maybe, I mean, you know, I talk about, this is about transits with the North Node again, very significant. It could be something where there might be some future destiny connected, something involving communications, whether it might be a job endeavor or a position. It might be some matters with the hands that are or doing some work with the hands, like something that requires you to be dexterous. It could be doing some kind of auto refrigeration, mechanical. Could be working on cars or refrigerators. It could also be matters with short journeys as well. Maybe some position that could be connected with, just like as a driver. It can be like, say if this falls, especially this transit falls in your second, sixth, or 10th house in your natal chart, because those are the houses that are the money houses, basically. So now, in August, I believe it was early August of 2020, transit North Node in Gemini either conjoined or was very close to a conjunction by transit. It either conjoined or was very close to legendary New York newspaper writers Pete Hamill's natal Mercury in Gemini, and he had his Mercury retrograde. Uh, this could have and at this time this could have manifest. I mean, you're talking about he had passed away at this time, but what I think was interesting about this and how this may have manifested with Pete Hamill was the fact that it was a period where really where perhaps people may have paid homage to him in tribute to the past. I mean, you're talking about, when I say the past, remember that Mercury, it was retrograde in his chart, so it could be about paying tribute and homage to past verbose, eloquent, very articulate articles, given that this was in Gemini, and Mercury is about writing and communication. So I think that's how it may have manifested in his case in that example. Now, also too, when you're talking about a transit like this could be about very impeccable timing, and it could be with matters with communications. It could be issues with local transportation. It could be a situation where you take a short journey and you just happen to be in the right place at the right moment precisely, and it might lead to some kind of greater stature in life or something very monumental that might actually be very beneficial to you. Now, another, I mean, say, for example, if this transit falls in Scorpio, this could be about very deep, provocative communications that might get some notice, might get some attention, even recognition. And the thing about this too is it's also when you look at it, say if it's in Capricorn, it could be matters with your career, your stature in life, your reputation, status, recognition, and especially say this sextiles or trines your natal Jupiter in the process, that could give added luck and fortune and even greater prosperity. Um, Now, when the North Node is in transit, it can be connected with the development of things. This could be about when you have the transit North Node conjunct your natal Mercury. This may manifest in the development of something as far as your communications go. It could be matters with siblings, with cousins, with neighbors. But looking at this, this could be, I mean, a lot of this, of course, is predicated by the sign and the house that this is in. Now, say if this is Aquarius, if you have Mercury in Aquarius in your third house in your natal chart, and the transit North Node conjuncts it, this could be about perhaps something, the development of ingenious ideas connected with local transportation, such as like you've heard about these futuristic flying cars and those autonomous vehicles. It could be where you come up maybe with some innovative idea as far as local transportation goes. There was also something I saw, and I forgot what it was exactly, but it was something similar to like a subway type of transportation, but it went at a much accelerated speed. And I don't think those are that exists right now, but it was something that was in like the planning stage. And the thing about this too is, and when you look at this as well, this could be a time when you talk about the North Node in transit and it's conjuncting one's natal Mercury. Remember, again, going back to Mercury being connected with local transportation. This could be about a short journey that might be one of significance. It could be one that involves going to a different location, and one that you might wind up a place you might go to that you might stay for a prolonged period, because these can be about significant events. When you have transits of the North Node and it contacts your Mercury, that could be an important turning point. And as far as your short journeys go, it could be where you move into a place, another place in your country, and you might make it a permanent stay, or at least stay there for a protracted period. So, I mean, those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out. And also, Mercury is also connected with breathing as well. So, if you have this transit North Node conjunct in your natal Mercury in your chart, and say if you have it like in my case in Cancer, it didn't manifest in this manner for me, but it could be if there's a hereditary breathing issue, it might manifest in having some kind of breathing issue that might be hereditary, or say if it's an Aquarius, it might be one that's very sporadic and erratic. But no matter how you look at it, these transits can be of major monumental importance and major significance, because you're not going to have these transits take place that much in your lifetime. It's only going to be like every 18 or 19 years it's going to hit your natal Mercury. You might have like maybe like four of these transits on, and you might have this transit maybe 4 times on average in your lifetime. So it's something where there can be great opportunity, and it's just a matter of really of capitalizing on that energy at the time that it takes place. And anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.